Okay, so the course is now at the maintenance stage. You've already gone through, multiple rounds of revision. The curriculum NPS is high. The students are learning. Your course is very, very effective. There are things that you need to understand and accept. One of the things that was really hard for me to accept was the law of entropy. Yes, I knew about the law of entropy, that over time everything becomes more disorganized by nature. It's one of the fundamental laws of universe. Same thing happens with courses. Either because technologies evolved and the topics you covered, maybe there's a new version of that framework or library or whatever, and your course kind of lost its simplicity or its effectiveness. That happens. It's inevitable. So some courses may have a shelf life of 5 years, 10 years, maybe 3 years. So we just gotta accept that. Sometimes what happens is others just keep adding things. Sometimes you add things. You kind of fell into the peer pressure or the student pressure where they said, oh, your course is amazing, but it would be great if you added X, Y, and Z. So you add X, Y, and Z. You kind of got tired. You kind of lost the beginner's mind. So you just keep adding X, Y, and Z. Student asks, oh, Michael, I went through an interview and I was asked a question about A, B, and C. Oh, I didn't teach A, B, and C. So you lost the beginner's mind. Maybe you kind of lost focus on what are the must knows, nice to know, and you add A, B, C too. And then another student comes and says, oh, I was asked questions about this and I couldn't answer. Or you throw it in. Oh, I was, given this technical challenge and oh, I didn't know how to do it. Oh, now you add that as an assignment. Assignment landscape just becomes bloated, 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 bloated until it becomes ineffective. I wouldn't quite say useless, but it may become quite close to the point where it's almost useless, and maybe you're actually wasting people time more than helping people time now, because the course is just not that effective. Students' confidence is not high by the end of the course. There are all these concepts they're walking out not really feeling like they understand, and you lose people. Curriculum NPS goes down, and you're wondering, why? I'm teaching way more than what I taught. Just be careful of that. Um, and when you reach that stage, maybe it's point that you gotta just pass down some of the learning to the new instructor, and you go and create a brand new course on topics that you can be the beginner's mind again. But anyway, just do that. As a rule of thumb, I think it's a good idea to review the course and make some updates every 12 months or so. But again, that depends on the course. And again, sometimes if your course is already good, there's more danger of someone updating it unintentionally that hurts the course more than it helps. I've seen that over and over again where my original course is so simple. I worked so hard to make it seem so simple. I took out all these unnecessary concepts, and people get to that top of the mountain. They're feeling confident they can create almost everything in that technology. And then a new instructor comes in. They look at my course. They say, oh, we're not teaching A, B, and C. We're not teaching all of these other concepts. So then add that. Then they look at the assignment. Oh, this assignment is too hard. I don't think students can do it. They take it out. They add some other simple assignments, and at the end, sometimes a few years later, I come back and I look at the course. I'm like, this looks nothing like the course I've created. It doesn't have overview videos. It doesn't have video narrative. It's a dry guide. It became a how-to, more tutorial based. There is no gap, not enough gap between assignments. There's not enough challenge. It's too easy. This basically becomes a typing exercise, and I don't recognize these courses. I had that happen. Sometimes I'm the one who created, that bad course because I fell into the temptation. Oh, a student went through an interview. They got questions about blah blah blah. Oh, I didn't teach that. I didn't even cover it in that nice to know. Oh, let me add that. Oh, students are getting questions about blah blah blah. Oh, I wonder if I can squeeze that in. Let me squeeze that in. I fell into that temptation, and I have years of experience on teaching and curriculum development. So I know temptation is real, right? We do it, but let's recognize it. Let's recognize that happens. And if we recognize it and, try to be attentive, I think, we can identify and fix those problems more proactively. And it's the law. This is one of the fundamental law of entropy. It just happens, right? Sometimes we just gotta smile and say, you know what? Oh, we did it again. We let it happen again. give ourselves a hug and say, yeah, let's do it again. Let's just, scratch that course. It kind of lost its effectiveness. Let's do it over again, right? And then let's try not to lose that simplicity. It's bound to happen. One way or another, it's going to happen. Whether the course becomes obsolete, though, in 3 years or 10 years, I think, depending on how actively we maintain, meaning not add, right? It's really resisting the temptation to add. That's the biggest thing. Then we can make sure that the course shelf life gets longer and longer. So anyway, that's that.